everyone! Today I'll tell you about Ron Mueck. I went to see this little museum about Ron Mueck and his art pieces with my mom. Now let me introduce it to you. Ron Mueck. Who is Ron Mueck? Ron Mueck is an Australian sculptor born in 1958. Famous for making hyper-realistic sculptures of people. I almost thought it was real. But here's the twist. They're not normal size. His sculptures are either huge or tiny, never life-size, which makes them feel kind of magical or emotional. So when I say normal size, then they normally make human sculptures. So then you think it's normally our size. It's us. It seems like us, but it is huge or teeny tiny. Style. His sculptures often play with scale. Some are much larger or smaller than life size, but they look real, down to tiny details like skin texture, veins, hair, and expressions, and even a little bit of like a little bit of twist. First one, the most popular one of Ron Mueck is that. What it is, it's a hyper-realistic sculpture of his decreased father lying down, but much smaller than life size, about 1/4 scale. Why it is famous? It is deeply personal and emotional, showing vulnerability and more too in very intricate way. Details. This sculpture captures tiny skin details, wrinkles, and peaceful expressions of his father. The small size makes viewers feel like they're looking at something precious and fragile. Now, if you look at this, all these kinds of things, do you see his mouth super real? Look at his hair. If I told you this isn't a sculpture of a corset, and if I told you it was an actual corset, would you be scared? Look at all these different colors, like her nose is a little pinker than other places here, and the ears, all these kind of things. His elbows, I can see the bones. Now let me tell you about my experience. I went there with this ticket, and this one is huge. It's as big as probably your house size. It's huge. It's a woman lying on a bed, and look at this silk. It looks like real, right? If I told you and if I showed you as a life scale, a normal size, then wouldn't you believe that it's an actual person? Her faces were so real, with every single lashes looking real. Her veins were showing, and her pinkness, her actual aliveness. This one is another one. This one is about a size of a... So the sideways are normal, and the up and down were huge. It was very long. It was probably as long as a basketball player. So this is probably a girl in a swimsuit, and every single hair was so tiny and looked so real. The eyes seemed like she was actually looking at something, and the nose pinker than usual. Her veins were showing. Look at this, her bones. Look at every single detail on their feet. This one was another one, a woman carrying a baby and 2 grocery bags. It was very small. It was probably smaller than me. It was very amazing because the babies even had face, veins. It was so incredible. It showed a little bit more than the one before, like the clothes were so real. And this one is the most famous one. It was one of the most famous ones. Mueck one. This was pretty big, and it's a face. Look at all these different details of his scars and things like that. His lips look so real. His mouth looked so real. Look at him. He looks like real, right? Look at his hairs. It was so tidy and so real. This one is a little sculpture of a man and a woman, and real. Look at their toes. It seems so real. These outfits look like they were real. The hair is shining. Now this one was one of the most famous ones too, and different corseps, bones. So this one was pretty cool. It showed me kind of like a charisma. It kind of spooked me a little. my spines went on a chill, but it was pretty cool. And I didn't believe this was a sculpture. I thought it was like some kind of a CG effect. Now this one is one of the last ones that I saw. This one was really, really, really cool. It had a chicken and a grandpa, and I saw all of the different details. I didn't own these CDs, but these were one of my favorites, my most favorites. This was a grandpa sitting on a chair and fighting with a chicken. I thought this was humorous and fun. While some other things have some seriousness and some peaceness, like you should be quiet, but some moods were very humorous. It was very funny sometimes. I hope you come here and see this because it was a realistic adventure for me. I never thought someone could make sculptures as realistic as this. I've seen some people with clay making like small little heads that look real, but this one is like 100 times bigger than that, and you know it's 100 times bigger, harder to make if it's bigger, because if it's small you can't see a lot of details and you could say, yeah, it looks real if it's smaller, like a miniature, but it's bigger, so you have to add more details that because people can see more closer, they can see bigger things. And if it's small, they can just be like, yeah, it seems real, but if it's bigger and bigger, then they can see all the details. I thought it was really fun and it was really realistic, and it put like chills on my spine because what if these aren't sculpture after all? If these are actual people made into these. I thought it was super realistic and super fun. I hope you enjoyed this too. If you like art, then it's a must-see for here. It was really super fun, and I really like seeing all these tiny details adding up to make a very wonderful realistic sculpture. I hope you had a great time reviewing Ron Mueck's museum with me. I hope you see this too if you're an art fan, and I hope you can be one day making these things too. I hope you had a great time seeing this.